Aidan Hutchinson now has the 4th best odds, and this is per Lions Fan Report, to win Defensive Player of the Year. Look at his stats really quickly. Speaking of stats, Sam Flannel. 35 total pressures, first in the NFL. 26 hurries, first in the NFL. 4.5 sacks. Interception, by the way, one of 3 defensive linemen to have an interception. This guy is on a tear. And it seems like when we talk, I think we talked about him the last time we talked about him, Sam, he was the 5th. He had the 5th best odds. He has the 4th. He's in his 2nd year. There's the graphic, courtesy of Lions Fan Report. Shout out to them. This is, and we talked about it yesterday, is Aidan in that tier 1 of edge rushers? I think he is, Sam, because just watching him, like how he affects the game in only his 2nd year and the hands he has as a defensive end, I think he has a lot of tools to be a tier 1. Maybe if you want to wait on that, I understand. I'm willing to put him there now because of what I've seen. But what say you, Sam? Let's talk about Defensive Player of the Year. Can he contend for it, realistically? I know it's only been 5 games, but you see him in this race come game 16, 17.
I mean, he's certainly put himself in a position to where he absolutely can contend for it in his 2nd season, which I wasn't even calling for. I was just calling for him to make an All-Pro and have 15 sacks. But he's playing at a level in which I don't even know if I could have envisioned coming into this season. I mean, first in pressures, first in hurries, 4.5 sacks, and interception. That is complete and utter dominance in just for any defensive player in the NFL. Certainly a 2nd-year player taking that 2nd-year leap, which a lot of the best of all time did, like, TJ Watt, JJ Watt, and the like, Myles Garrett. And he's also the 4th highest rated edge rusher according to PFF too, which take that for what you want, but still, that is very, very impressive. And when you were on the high end of that, I think that really kind of speaks to something. Like, I look for outliers when it comes to PFF. And to me right now, when it comes to Defensive Player of the Year, I personally, and I think this is a compliment, not an insult, I would have him 4th, which is insane. You got to put TJ Watt at number 1 because he has 8 sacks in 5 games. That's absolutely absurd.
That's my Defensive Player of the Year, so I got to stay consistent.
Yes, and in order to get Defensive Player of the Year awards, you got to kind of pile up the counting stats.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And I would put 2nd, I would put Myles Garrett because he has 5.5 in 4 games on a Cleveland Browns defense, which is 2nd in the NFL in points allowed per game. And at 3rd, I would slot Aidan Hutchinson just behind Chris Jones.